Hi ladies, it's Sandy in North Georgia, and it's been rainy here, rainy and cold, and that has really helped me to be more creative, I guess. I don't know. But I had put this cover on Facebook, I don't know, maybe a week ago, and I finished it, and I've got 3 other small ones. I'm going to try to make this quick and just give you a hint of what's in them. This one is a little over 5 by 7, and it's called A Quiet Hue of Then. So if there's a video, if there's one you're interested in purchasing, give me the title or what's on the cover. I'm very amateur about this, but I'll figure it out. And I do ship in the United States. So these don't have quite as much lace and stuff. I'm still thinking about pricing, but at any rate, this is called A Quiet Hue of Then, and I really had the idea of the high grocery prices and things that we're dealing with right now, and thinking of the depression of a long time ago, and I had several photographs, images that I had collected and decided to use them here. So that's sort of the angle that I took from that worn old house image on the front. So this quote, "Live with no excuses and travel with no regrets." I think that's pretty important, don't you? This one, Amazing Grace, it's an old Bible and an old image that I had of a church building. I pledge allegiance to the flag, which we're hoping that we get back to that. Anyway, this photograph was back like in the 50s when we were in school, and we pledged allegiance to the flag every morning. Here's a little loaded tag that I made from corrugated cardboard and old image, and you can see the cardboard, the tea-dyed tissue paper, all the pages are coffee dyed and baked. It just says Sisters. And my sister-in-law, Connie Simpson, who makes journals also, had found a bunch of old garters, is what we used to call them, to hold our hose up. Anyway, and I think Julie over at Bears and Old Lace, she is very fortunate to find these from time to time. But I thought it sort of gave a feel to the old cottage and the little Tim Holtz dog figure that I had, to just give a old cozy feel. This is just another Tim Holtz. And this one says, "Books are a unique portable magic." These little girls look like they're from the early 50s, going by their clothes. That's what we wore in school. And this piece of corrugated cardboard, what I did was use it like a fence, and I sat him on it, and then took an old rusty paper clip and paper clipped some other images here and put quotes. This one with them eating the ice cream cones. "We didn't realize we were making memories. We just thought we were having fun." And here they are, all these years later, whoever these little boys are, in one of my handmade journals. Neat, huh? Use it up, wear it out, make it do, and or do without. From the Depression era, and these pictures to me depict that. This little girl sitting on a stoop, as we called it, an old rock stoop, step. And I just use a lot of my odds and ends and do interesting little borders. And there's an old tiny little doll paper clip. And these little boys are playing marbles, which you don't hear that so much now. There's pages in here you can write in, but on here I had written, "Just one act of yours may turn the tide of another person's life." I thought it was sort of appropriate for the expressions on their faces and the joy of playing marbles, the simple games that we played and took serious. And these little boys climbing in trees. This was a really neat edge of an old 1800s tablecloth. But I found this quote that said, "Be like a tree. Stay grounded, connect with your roots, turn over a new leaf, bend before you break, and enjoy your unique beauty." I thought that was perfect to put across from these two little adventurous guys. And the hands on the little overalls holding a little child. History is dependent on the new generation to write a new chapter. We're living that, aren't we? And there's a pocket with some tags for you to write on. And I found this little heart doily, and I thought it was appropriate. These are definitely little images of little hard-working, tiny little girls of the Depression. You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. And that's an A.A. Milne quote, who wrote Winnie the Pooh. Here's a grandma with her weathered hands. Grandma's hands are always busy. Every moment with Grandma is a treasure. I think we all feel that way about our grandmothers. And this is a part of a one who sleeps under a crocheted blanket is comforted by love. The amount of stitches and what goes into hand crocheting something like that. I took one medallion out and used it as a focal point here. And this is the back cover. There's an old porch and screen door. Ever so often, go where you can hear a wooden screen door slam shut. Those of you who grew up in farming families and those of you who have lived in the country and understand the sound of that wooden screen door slamming is such a fun, happy, comforting sound. And here's the back cover, which I have to put my Hallmark on. I forgot to do that. I'm going to lay this aside. And that one is $95 plus shipping. I only ship in the United States. This one is, I think, probably 3.5 by 4.5. But I love these little. I don't have a. Just put Queen Anne's lace is what this is. Refer to it as that, but it's a farm journal of farm women. And she has quotes, wonderful little images, old Bible, Grandma making rolls for dinner. This quote I liked, with her looking out across the farmland, "Teach me your ways so that I may walk in your path." Thought that was appropriate. And the fence row in the fog. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. Kin is a word that we grew up with, meaning relative, kindred, kinfolk. This little boy was just calling to me to use him. The best things in life are the people we love, the places we've been, and the memories we've made along the way. But I like his definite, deliberate gaze. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's supposed to do. And he's got his reeds and stuff probably on a wagon behind him. And he better come back with what he's supposed to. And he knows that. There's just all kinds of cute little vintage images of little farm kids. And this is one of my tags that I had made from twine, knotted twine, and old tissue paper, and corrugated cardboard, and buttons, button trim, old roads, old dogs, old folks, old ways. Still have a lot to offer today. Thought that was pretty appropriate. This image, on a farm so long ago, all my fondest memories grow. This one looks like he could be related to the other one. And it says, each day is a precious gift. Unwrap it with gratitude. Oh, that piece of cheesecloth is over that. And here's a little pocket you can stick. Actually, I can stick Grandma over in there. But I'm going to leave her over here and let whoever gets this put their own little thing. I found these buttons with little bluebirds. I thought they were sweet. This is another tag I made with all kinds of tidbits on my work table. And the quiet of countryside speaks louder to my heart than any town ever could. That happens to be very personal to me because of my background. And this, life is rough, so you have to be tough. That's true no matter where you grew up. It's a little pocket with more little farm kids. She's in her garden out in front of her house. The gardens weren't always hidden behind or down by the barn. They were where they could get to them and work them and get the stuff, food back into the kitchen. Here's another tag that I put together, that an old school picture of a young girl. And an old farm truck full of pumpkins on the back. This image is Marissa's from Sweet Pea Curiosity. And so that's that one. And this one is $75 plus shipping. Shipping on these will be anywhere from $10 to $15. These two are little treasures. This one, I believe she's, I don't know, I have to go measure again. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, about 3 by 4. And this one is just random. I just had so many scraps and I thought, I'm just going to make one you can write in. I just put some notes in. It's like a pocket journal. And she would be 30. And then this one is fuller. And he's the same size, 3 by 4. Look at that puppy. Oh my gosh. And it's full of a lot of old images, workers in the 40s, and coffee-dyed cheesecloth and creepy cloth. And so it's just really full and sweet. And I didn't add quotes, but I have left you enough pages. You can do what you want in there. And this one is fuller, and it would be 45. So there you go. Those are some of the things I've been working on. I don't think I can get them all in this frame. Just knock my water over. There's 3. And here's the 4th one.